Have you ever noticed how some people just have this calming effect? Like they're, I don't know, a social softener.
Hmm.
Yeah, they smooth over the rough edges of, any conversation or situation.
Right.
So that's kind of what we're diving into today, this idea of what makes someone truly comforting to be around.
Sounds intriguing.
Yeah. And we've got some excerpts from this text called Emollient Comfort, Perception, Energy, and Interaction.
Good.
And I'm really curious to get your take on it.
Yeah, happy to dive in. It's definitely a thought-provoking concept, this whole idea of emollient comfort.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the source really gets into the nitty-gritty of what makes someone, soothing to be around. And a big part of it seems to start with this concept of energy matching.
Okay, energy matching.
So,
So for anyone listening who's thinking, what is this energy you're talking about?
sure, yeah.
Can you break that down a bit?
Absolutely. So think of it this way, right? Have you ever been talking to someone and just felt totally out of sync?
Oh, yeah.
Like maybe they're super high energy and you're feeling more chill,
Yeah,
or the other way around. It
totally.
can be super awkward, right? And that's because I think as humans we're kind of wired to connect with people who are on a similar wavelength.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
It's like trying to have a conversation at a loud concert.
Yeah.
You're both shouting, but no one's really hearing each other.
Exactly. You're both putting out energy, but it's not meshing, right?
Right.
And what the source is saying is that when we do encounter someone who kind of matches our energy, it signals like a sense of safety and understanding.
Interesting.
Almost like saying, hey, we're on the same page here.
Uh-huh.
And that, in turn, creates comfort.
Yeah, it's like an unspoken language. And I think the author's personal story about the gym really illustrates this well.
Oh, yeah.
They talk about feeling all this nervous energy there, but then feeling completely at ease in their work environment. Why do you think that is?
It's a good question. The author links it to the shared goals and focus that you find at work,
Right.
but I wonder if there's something more to it than that.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, think about the different roles we play in different settings, right?
Sure.
At work, often there are like clear expectations, social scripts, kind of, telling us how to behave.
Uh-huh.
Maybe those structures themselves provide a certain level of comfort.
That's a really interesting point. It's like we know what to expect, so there's less uncertainty
Right.
and I guess less room for that kind of awkward energy clash. What do
Yeah.
you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, in those structured environments, things just feel more predictable.
Right, exactly.
And maybe that links to this bigger point that the source makes about perception.
Okay.
This idea that the way we see the world is often a reflection of what's going on inside us. And they actually bring up this Thoreau quote: "A lake is the landscape's most beautiful and expressive feature. It is Earth's eye, looking into which the beholder measures the depth of his own nature."
Okay, wow. That's a pretty profound quote.
Yeah.
How does that connect to what we're talking about?
Well, I think what it's saying is that, if we're projecting nervousness or uncertainty, we're much more likely to see those qualities in others, even if they're not really there.
Ah, okay.
It's like, what's that saying? When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you.
Yeah, which honestly always sounded a bit cheesy to me.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I get that.
But now I'm starting to see how it, actually might have some truth to it.
Right. I mean, it really speaks to this whole idea of emotional contagion.
Right.
Our energy, whether it's positive or negative, it doesn't just stay inside us.
Mhm.
It actually, it ripples outward and affects those around us.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So if we want to be more comforting to others, I think it starts with cultivating that inner sense of ease and then, projecting it outward.
So it's about more than just being nice.
Yeah, it's deeper than that.
It's about being aware of our own energy
Yeah.
and how it impacts others.
Exactly. And that kind of brings up a pretty interesting question, I think. If our internal state really does influence how we perceive and interact with others, can we consciously shift our energy to become more comforting presences in the world?
No, that is a great question.
Yeah.
Really something to think about. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into emollient comfort. It's given me a lot to think about.
Likewise.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
See you next time.